Hello, my name is Kevin Brewer. I'm President and CEO of CMC Metals Limited, but today I'm here volunteering at the 5th Discoveries Mining Conference by Mexico Mining Center in Guadalajara. And I'm here to have a chance to talk to Derek Wood. Derek, President and CEO of the new company emerging, TOCVAN Ventures Corp. I missed your presentation yesterday. I was looking forward to it, and times have been changing here with the presentations somewhat due to COVID and all that stuff. So unfortunately, I missed you. But I
got some good news for you.
Oh yeah, I was looking at your.
The times changed at 1:45 today, so you haven't missed it.
All right. So I looked at your website, and you got a nice tight capital structure, a little over 24 million shares outstanding, a couple million warrants and a couple million options. You're listed on the CSE. So tell me, what are your future plans for this company? You want to stay on the CSE, or what other plans do you have?
I don't see any reason not to stay on the Canadian Stock Exchange for now. No, it's the place we list our shares, and we like dealing on the Canadian Stock Exchange. We're also listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange and 4 other exchanges in Germany. So as far as where we're listed, it suits our needs great. Now what we got to do is build a company and create shareholder value, regardless of where we're listed. And we went public. It was actually the first day of PDAC, not last year, the year before. So March 1st of 2019, we completed our IPO. And then almost exactly to the day, we finalized our agreement to get an option to earn up to 100% interest in the Pilar property here in Mexico, in Sonora, near a town of Squahy Grande. And that's very much become our focus for the time being, and really excited. Every step we've been taking here, we've been unearthing more potential on that property, and we really feel fortunate to be here in Mexico, and particularly to have such an awesome property. And it's got a lot of previous exploration work done on it that we were able to analyze, and now we're just about getting ready to drill here. So I know a little bit about the Pilar project in Sonora. You've had in the past, you mentioned the exploration, 17,700 meters drilled there. Discovery of 3 silver and gold zones. Described as high-grade silver and gold epithermal deposits. Tell me a little bit more about these discoveries. They sound really exciting. Well, so when we went public, as you know as well as I do, that the markets for junior resource investing were not kind for quite a number of years. And when my partner Brody Sutherland and I decided to put this deal together, we found a great qualifying asset, but it was always our intention to, once we were public, look to bring on additional property. Then we brought Mark Smethurst on, and we looked at over 150 properties before deciding on and negotiating a deal on Pilar. And we liked it because we think there's a great opportunity to leverage off success in previous markets and bring them forward again in companies, as you say, with tight capital structures. And when we looked at this one, there were 17,400 meters of drilling, but it all existed in one portion of the property up in the northwest corner. And there was some spectacular high grade up there, bonanza grade in some cases. There was 16.5 meters, 56 grams over 16.5 meters. And everybody was sort of chasing that. And, And
for obvious reasons.
But nobody really looked detailed at the whole property before. So, we liked that part. As a matter of fact, we took all the drilling beforehand, and then we 3D modeled that, and we determined that we're pretty close to an open pitable resource there before we even get started. But the VP Exploration, Mark Smethurst, he decided to take a real detailed geophysical look at the property, really understand this. Apparently, I'm not a geo, but the structure is very, very important in epithermal. So that's all we've done since getting the property. We earned our first year option agreement, and we spent it all on gridding the whole property, rock samples, high resolution IP, geochemical. We hired the foremost experts in structural geology, and we've unearthed great targets. both within this known zone where all the drilling's occurred, but now we've discovered new zones outside it, and we've also found huge IP anomaly at depth, right below, at a level never drilled before, below the high grade, where the VPX thinks that that's very likely a plumbing system. And then he's found brecciated pipes coincident with that. So we got tons of targets now, and we're going to get started here soon. So we applied for permits a couple of weeks ago, and we're funded for the first round of drilling, and couldn't be more excited to be down here in Mexico.
I get that story. I get the similar thing going on my own property. Everybody's focused on a specific zone, and then start looking around, and then all of a sudden you get a ton of new targets. And it's just that people get tunnel focused on a certain thing, but then
the market's
look at the whole
always,
project.
They tend to pressure you to drill, right? And you don't always get a lot of market pop off geochemical anomalies and stuff. It excites geos, but the market sometimes, they want you to drill.
Yes.
I was actually pushing for us to drill in this high grade zone.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy now that I was talked out of it, and we've taken the time to really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's an exciting play. I think that there's a near-term open pitable resource here, possibly. We got to do more drilling.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get to a bulk sample. But if we could, just think, if we could actually open pit that and start cash flowing a bit, we can keep this structure tight and make sure, like the good old days, people make a lot of money off a mining deal.
I get the bit about the homework too, and I'm glad you got persuaded, because I really think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it with my own company. So tell me, your website notes you're close to starting an economic resource, and I'm just curious, what can you tell us about that approach?
Well, honestly, I'm going to have to look at my website, because I don't know that I completely like that language. I do. I think it's very likely that we're close to an economic resource there, and if we do, we just have great potential. There's examples in the area. We're in the Sonora state of Mexico. And there's other examples there where people are putting stuff to production now, early stage, 30,000 ounces a year. You open pit, you really just, they crush, they leach, and then send the concentrate for processing. Some of these companies are projecting like $40 million at these gold prices in cash flow. That's where we might be able to get. So we have a back of the envelope number that makes what's already been drilled look close to economic. Yep. But we still have to expand and confirm some of that. Yep. And then bulk sample it. So we've also tested metallurgy at the top level, and great recovery rates in a bottle test in a lab environment. But before you get your production financing and everything, people want to see an open pit. That's where we're going to try to get. I think within a year, it's very possible that we could be producing at Pilar.
Very exciting.
And then depending on financing and everything, we might drill. We want to drill as soon as possible some of these new targets. Yeah. But again, I'm sick of these companies with 150 million shares out, 200 million shares out. There's a win, but nobody makes money that, when I got in the market and you were in the market, a big win in mining used to be a life-changing event, right? Not a good trade. And, we think we have that potential here, especially if we can just keep our capital structure as tight as possible. So take very limited salaries, very little expenditures. And we've done it. We got to this point with just, as you say, 24 million shares out, and that includes all of our warrants coming in from our IPO at double our IPO price.
You're in a great position. I envy the position you're in. You got another project, Rogers Creek. Yeah. Tons of data on it. 5,200 meters of drilling, 1,800 line kilometers of helicopter magnetic and EM surveys, 47 line kilometers of IP. That's a ton of data. Yeah. So I know your focus is still going to be Pilar for obvious reasons, but just tell us a little bit about Rogers Creek and it was
a very similar process that we went over with Rogers Creek. Now we have an option or an 80% interest in that from our partners. They've changed their name. I can't remember. They focused on South America now. This project is in the Miocene age rock, so some of the youngest rock in the world. There's been many porphyry discoveries along this trend. They call it the Cascade Trend, but not a lot of up north in Canada. It was discovered in 2007 when there was a negotiation to do logging up there, and as they're building the roads, found outcrops like 23 grams of gold per ton in rock. but it's 212 square kilometers, this property. And at that time, Wallbridge was the operator. They spun out a company called Miocene. Between Wallbridge, Miocene, they spent, I think it's $3.2 million in exploration. Took this huge property, and we have 4 zones now of focus. Zone 1 is very exciting. We've done limited work there because, again, we're trying to keep our capital structure. As you know, if you're trying to prove up a copper porphyry, you can blow your wad pretty quick.
You're going to work on Pilar and keep the focus there.
Little bit,
I get it.
Except that there was one of the holes in all that drilling there.
Yep.
It was about 150, 160 meter intercept of porphyry style mineralization, really low on economic grade though. Subsequent to that, there was an IP survey done, and it looks like we just barely skirted the edge of this thing. And that's what we've done now, is we've actually expanded that IP anomaly. So we're drill target. What I plan to do there is drill that.
Yes.
Capital permitting, and we want to make sure that we have good relations with the First Nations up there. Very important to us that they benefit from this project as well. But there's more to come there. We're working on a few transactions there. But copper's back in vogue. Copper wasn't that in vogue when we started.
$3.15 a pound now, I guess, or thereabouts.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Kickstart this economy with infrastructure spending. I mean, I think we'll see all-time highs in copper again.
Yeah, and in base metals as a whole.
I've seen some huge wins in the market now with people drilling in with big, and we want to drill it. We want to drill everything, but we have to plot along and plan out and make sure that we don't blow up this beautiful capital structure that we have. So
we're you got some exciting things. Just a quick summary for what investors should be looking for from TOCVAN from you on the next 6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months. Well, I mean, the nice thing is we're close to being permitted for our drilling. In Mexico, you have to have your pad locations before you can apply for your permits. And of course, we didn't have those exact locations until we finished the first round of geophysics and got the best targets that we felt we possibly can. So we're looking again to confirm and expand on that known zone. And that drilling, usually it's 3 weeks or so to get permits, and we're 2 weeks into that now. So we're down here lining up drills at the conference while we're here. We've gotten the quotes. So drilling. I mean, market likes drilling. Well, we're going to be drilling here hopefully within the next month, and we're drilling to confirm and expand that previous area that had bonanza grade hits. So that'll be happening. There's some other stuff happening I don't really want to talk about right now on the camera, but
fair enough.
We're working on some other things. With no shortage of news. We trade a lot of volume. We got a good following in Europe. We got some newsletter writers that cover us on a regular basis. Things are looking good.
We'll all stay tuned, and I really appreciate you coming here today, Derek.
Yeah.
It's been great talking to you.
It's a great conference.
Thanks to everybody. And this is going to be on Mexico Mining Center's website, and also it's a very interesting website for information in Mexico. So please check it out, and thank you for everybody joining us today.
Thank you. Cheers.